But you heard him, 40 years in politics, 9 campaigns, worked in 4 administrations inside of them, highest levels. He's never seen anything like it. The New York Times, claims, oh, Trump met with us and said it's all rhetoric. Well, if that was the case, they wouldn't be going after him. Because, Clinton and Bush and people told the papers it's all rhetoric, and they believed it. They hate Trump for some reason, and they are scared to death right now. Roger, what are the other big issues here? It's just so incredible to see Romney saying, hey, we'll have a broker convention, to see Kasich saying it, to see them mainlining it. Kasich said, we're not men in smoky rooms. We're going to be legitimate, and no matter what Trump does, we're going to take it from him. That is total 1984 double-speak bizarro land. We're going to steal it, but we're going to do it right. They are out of control. This is just, for me, a referendum against the elite now, but what really scared me was you said the numbers show, and that's what I, as a layman studying this, saw. His wins weren't as big as they were. Places he might have won by small margins, he lost. That tells me what we saw in Texas and other states is they are shaving points. They are cheating Trump to make it look legitimate at a broker convention. Tell us what you really think is going on, Roger Stone.
Yeah, the good news here, of course, is this fight is far from over. As you know, I'm working with the Trump Ballot Security Project. We've set up, as I told you, a toll-free number where we're getting reports. Recognize that if we can find enough documentation of vote stealing, then we can challenge the Cruz delegates in the Credentials Committee at the convention. We can move to unseat stolen delegates in Texas, Kansas, Kentucky, and other states. This fight is far from over. I'm working with many veterans of the Ron Paul operation and others. So I'm going back to Reagan to put together a strategy to stop the steal. For those who want to support our efforts, or if anybody knows of voter fraud or irregularity, you can go to stopthesteal.org. And you can help us. You can contact us. You can send us videotapes. You can send us photos. And, of course, you can make a contribution. We are doing really what the Trump campaign doesn't seem to be doing in this case. We hope to have poll watchers, trained poll watchers in every site in Florida. Believe me, I know Florida intimately, having been involved in the recount. If we don't do this, they will steal the state from Marco Rubio. So this is prophylactic, as well as looking at some of the big voter irregularities that we've already seen. This is Armageddon. This is the fight, and we need folks to get down in there. Trump, I think, has to articulate in more specific terms his agenda. He has to romp in Ohio and Florida. If he does that, I think it'll be very hard to steal this. If he wins one of two, he's still in a fight for his life, but it's a fight he can win. If he loses both, we are headed to a brokered convention in which they will try to steal it from.
Will it help having listeners put pressure on neocon talk show hosts, the media, the government, that we're not going to put up with this being stolen? We know what's happening. Would it help, or would it be seen as sour grapes to have Trump come out once there's news reports and say, look, they're shaving votes for a broker convention. Romney and Kasich admit they want to steal and ignore your popular vote. He has them on tape. Shouldn't he produce ads that are just internet only so everybody can run them, showing that they admit they're stealing it?
Look, there's many things I think the Trump campaign should be doing. But at this juncture, he's come a long way, and this is within his grasp. And the panic level of those who would steal it from him has reached levels of hysteria. We had his rallies being compared to Nuremberg rallies.
Glenn Beck is on TV saying he's Hitler. When it's just amazing. What do you think about Glenn Beck saying he wants to stab Donald Trump?
There's no different than this political consultant out of Tallahassee, this fellow Wilson, saying he wants to pull a bullet in Trump. He's an honored commentator on CNN. He goes on to accuse my friend Ann Coulter of having anal sex with Donald Trump for her support.
Yeah, the New York Times says kill Trump. I mean, I don't want to kill anybody, but if I talk like that, I get arrested, and I should. Why are they allowed to have calls to action to violence?
Because they are the insiders. This is elite deviance. As you know, folks like the Bushes and the Romneys and others break the law with impunity. They're so connected, so wired. And at the end of the day, they are all in the same tent, as we have said time and time again. The establishment, if they can't voice Romney upon us, or Kasich, and I think at this point those are the two options. This is an intramural power struggle within the insider clique. They're not all united behind one ambition.
So this is an elite civil war. Trump has triggered an elite civil war.
Well, everybody sees an opportunity to be the savior of the establishment wing, so that the lobbyists and the insiders can gorge on our tax money for another 4 or 8 years.
What's coming next? Rubio and Cruz and now, of course, Romney say that the media is shitting on bombshells about Trump. What are those supposed bombshells? He's not a pedophile, he's into women, so he's bad. I mean, what's the big bombshell?
Look, I don't think they have any bombshells. We've seen the best shot they've got. If I see one more television commercial talking about Trump University, I'm going to vomit. This is very simple. It was a real estate course. 98% of the people who took it were happy, were satisfied. Most of them went on to make money. A few disgruntled people.
I know. I've given $10 bills to homeless. I'm giving $10 bills to homeless, and they bitch it's not a 20.
Right, exactly. So that's what you have. This is a nothing issue. Trump's exactly right. When this goes to court in a civil case, he will triumph. He will win. It's all bogus. And as I said on the show, the New York Attorney General, Eric Schneiderman, actually went to Trump and his daughter and said, I have this case, Trump University, you've got some complaints. I can make this all go away. I wouldn't worry about it. How many tickets are you buying to my next fundraiser? And when they refused to buy, he brought this case. That is a fact.
Unbelievable. No, he said that on TV. I mean, Trump wouldn't say that unless it was true. He gets his butt suit off. I tell you, it's incredible. We only got 2 minutes left. I want to ask Roger Stone, again, the consummate Trump insider. This is obviously an epic moment, edge of our seats. Americans are saying in polls it's the wildest election ever. I only expect it to get more crazy.
Well, look, I've just been handed a report that we now have over 217 people, witnesses, who say they saw Cruz voters voting more than once in Kansas. So as the piece you've just posted says, Tricky Ted, people who are liberty-minded conservatives need to understand, he is off the bushes. He was George W. Bush's chief issue advisor. Donald Trump is wrong. He didn't just push John Roberts. He recruited him for the Bush administration. His wife, Heidi, top deputy to Condoleezza Rice, deputy national security advisor when we rushed to the Iraq war. Then she went over to the U.S. Trade Representative office, working as a deputy to Robert Zellick, whose name should be Zelig, because whether it's Carter or Bush or Obama, this guy stays in office. He's part of the permanent government. Where Heidi gave
Some people say Zellick is the architect of 9/11.
There are many people who believe that, and I think it's entirely possible. Look, I'm unfamiliar with his role with 9/11, but I put nothing past the establishment. At a minimum, I know that there's Saudi influence there.
They ordered to stand down there, Mama.
That has been hidden from us. So the point here is watch Michigan. Trump's lead there in the polls down to 5. Kasich may bump Romney there. He needs to win there and Ohio to breathe life in his chance to be the candidate of the Kingmakers.
All right. Roger Stone, thank you. We'll talk to you more this week with the weekday show, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central. Thank you so much, StoneZone.com. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Alex, victory or death?
Yeah, victory or death, liberty or death.